You're watching Band-Aids and Duct Tape, and this is my 2003 Nissan 350Z track model. It's got the Brembo brakes and the wheels. I think that's mostly what makes them track models. I don't know. Cloth interior. But just the Brembo brakes. That's the most important thing for these cars. Pretty much just all your regular bolt-ons in the engine bay, intake, exhaust, full ISR exhaust to the manifolds. I don't have headers. Blocks, intake spacer. Nothing really too crazy going on in there. Here's just the rest of the car. There's Rick from Rick and Morty, just saying hello. Hey, Rick. Back of the car. Don't like that spoiler. Never did. I did. Well, we're going back to Rick. There's Rick. Hey, Rick. Inside of the car. Bob Ross. Pretty clean interior. Driver's seat has some tears in it. There, back to the spoiler. I don't like that thing. We're going to take that away. Back of the car is stripped out because it had a terrible rattle in it, and then I sound deadened all of it and just got to put it back together. There's the tears in the seat, steering wheel, shifter, some coins, some chapstick it looks like, giraffe sticker. No drama llama. That's the interior of the car. Not going to do a whole lot there. That's 200,000 miles of paint chips and abuse. And pretty new headlights. I change the headlights on this car like every year, just to keep them fresh and pretty. That's the bumper, I guess. Wheels, Brembo brakes. Alright, well, first part of any project, take the hood off. There it goes. This will be the first day of completely rebuilding this freaking thing. We're going to do all kinds of crazy stuff to this car. Starting with taking everything off of it and jacking it up and jacking it up and pumping and pumping and pumping and pumping and pumping and jacking it up a lot. I left this in here specifically to show you how much I have to jack this stupid car up because it is so close to the ground. And also to let you know that you can build a car right there on the floor. It doesn't matter if you got a lift or not. We're going to build this car completely right where it's sitting. Next you take the wheels off, because we're going to take the whole front end of this car off, starting with the bumper. Lots of clips. And you just pop them little clips out. I always keep an abundance of those clips because half of them break when you take them out, even if they're new. So I always keep a stash, just saying. Now we're working on the wheel wells, or the fender liners, I guess. Just unscrewing and tinkering. Oop, there's the bottom. It's the bottom of the car. More bolts to take off. All metric, 10 millimeter. A lot of 10 millimeter, a lot of 12 millimeter, a lot of 14 millimeter. There's a lot of millimeters on these cars. But just keep on plugging away. Taking it all off. I've had this car for probably, I don't know, 7, 8 years. The last year or so, it's just kind of been sitting around and stuff because she's getting old. It thing smokes like crazy. I go through like a quart of oil in that thing every time I drive it to work. It's crazy. It looks like it's a freaking dirt bike or something. But we're going to fix that because we're going to put a totally different engine in it. So in order to do that, we had to remove those fender liners and that bumper. And now they're gone. Now we take all the guts behind the bumper out. I usually put all this stuff in like plastic baggies and label them to a degree, but I'm still very unorganized. So putting them back together usually goes a lot slower for me than taking them apart, which I'm sure I hope would go for most people. I don't know. Headlights, 4 bolts on the headlights. I think they're all 10mm. Unscrew all those bad boys. Oh yeah, so I've got xenon headlights, and the plugs on those things are absolutely terrible. I don't know why Nissan couldn't have made them about 6 inches longer, but they didn't. And it's terrible to get those out, but if you're ripping the whole front of your car apart, it's not too terrible. So keep that in mind. Now we're taking off the skid plate. It comes off in like 3 different pieces. It's a Z1 Motorsports. I paid probably way more money than somebody should probably pay for a skid plate. I actually don't remember how much I paid for it, but it's pretty and it looks nice, and it's pretty and it looks nice. So the car didn't have one when I got it. Figured, probably should have one of those for the crazy driving that I do. I'm draining the radiator now because it's attached to that whole front section, the core support, I guess, as it were to be called. Taking off the coolant lines. Not too terrible. Oh, don't look at my butt crack. Just looking at all the weird wiring in the front of this thing, which actually isn't too bad. There's this weird looking little rectangular doodad thing there. Don't know what that is, but everything else came off just fine, and it comes off just fine. Just unclip everything. Just keep on clipping all the things. Don't know why the windshield wipers need 2 pumps. Oh, I guess there's one for the back and one for the front. I don't ever use the one for the back because I took it all out. Yep, there that goes. It's gone. Now we have room to start taking off the power steering cooler lines. I believe that's what I'm taking off right there. Those things were a pain in the butt to get off a little bit. Tight little place there, but with some weird pliers and things, you can get them off pretty easy, I guess. Putting the plug back in the radiator. Don't want to lose the plug. Those are important. Weird little twisty cap things for the radiator there. And now I think I'm ready to start unbolting the core support after I finish playing with these terrible power steering lines. Changing sockets, because I think there's 2 different sizes there. That's that weird little thing I was talking about dangling there. I don't know what that is, but it's weird. You gotta unbolt it. The rest of it just unclips. I got like weird little pliers and stuff to unclip that stuff. Relatively easy. Or you can just break them all like most people do. I don't know. I like to try and, reuse them afterwards. So. Plus I also have a stash in case I do break them. So I'm covered on both ends. And just keep taking all the bolts off. Everything that looks like it holds it on probably holds it on. So just take it off. And then it'll come off. Doesn't matter what car you're working on. That's kind of how it works. There it goes. It's starting to come out there. Kind of weird that everything is like all attached. I don't know. I feel like the engineers could have done a little different thinking on that one. But I don't know what they could have done. So there it is. Front core support still dangling. Because of those stupid power steering lines that are still terrible to get off. They just wrap all kind of weird ways in there. I don't know. But they're coming out, and we're actually not reusing those anyway, because I'm going to try and see about doing some type of a electric power steering situation. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. There's a beautiful Megan radiator, because I hit a deer and broke the other radiator, and all it did was break the radiator. Didn't do anything else. Oh, we're done. Okay. That's it. Day 1. Great to meet you guys. Have a nice day.